read it, there have been 5 Republican presidents serving 28 of those 50 years. Did any of those 5 Republican presidents, Mr. Nixon, Mr. Ford, Mr. Reagan, Mr. Bush, and Mr. Bush, did any of them shut down HUD?
No, of course not.
Did any of them admit defeat in HUD's mission?
No.
But today we're hearing that HUD is a failed agency and we should probably close it down. I guess that would come to a surprise to Mr. Reagan and others. Prior to HUD, were there any programs anywhere to help seniors find decent, affordable housing?
No, with the advent of HUD, that really led to the assistance of the elderly.
So without HUD, there would be no, not a less, but none, there'd be no senior housing programs in this country whatsoever.
That's right. The answer is, if not HUD, then no one is there.
And no one. So I guess I've heard a lot of criticism today, and I actually think I've heard some fair questions and fair comments. But of the criticism, I believe in giving elected officials what they want whenever possible. And I've heard several elected officials today publicly state that they think that HUD's programs are failing. So therefore, if they have a failing program, why would they want your money? I actually think you're doing a pretty good job, and I would suggest that you give those officials exactly what they want, which is nothing, and to send your money into my district because I think you're doing a great job. And I'm not saying that out of anything other than respect for the opinion of others, and I hope as a former mayor you'd appreciate that approach. I guess now I want to move on to something else, and I apologize, but our time is limited here, as you know. I do want to pick a little scab. The DASP program, my least favorite program that HUD participates in, not because I don't like the program, I know some of it's necessary, but because I don't like the focus. And I guess my concern is that basically we've been selling these houses in batches to the richest people in the world. And that's okay, not a problem, except for me, I thought part of HUD's mission was to actually create strong, sustainable, inclusive communities and quality, affordable homes for all. With that mission, I always ask myself, who's in the best position to know what that means in a given community? So I looked up the last, I guess, I don't know if it's the last one, but the November 2014 DASP sale. And on that, there was some housing, some foreclosed housing, in a county I actually never heard of before, but maybe you're familiar with the Bexar County?
Sure. This is the county that has San Antonio as its county.
Oh, yeah, that's what I read. Has 42 properties in this batch, averaging $106,560 on their foreclosure loans, and it was sold to a company called AMIP Management, LLC. I looked them up, and they're a subsidiary of American Homes that is headquarters in Agora Hills, California, which is kind of wedged in between Thousand Oaks and Simi Valley. And I'm just wondering, do you really think that somebody in a nice, beautiful building in Agora Hills knows better what to do with 42 foreclosed properties in San Antonio than, say, maybe the mayor of San Antonio? Or maybe a person named Walter Martinez, who runs the San Antonio CDC with headquarters on El Paso Ave? Or somebody named Oscar Ramirez, who runs the Avenida Guadalupe Association with headquarters on Guadalupe Ave? Which do you think is in a better position to know what is probably in the best interest of the people of San Antonio, those people, or somebody in Agora Hills, California?
Yeah, it's a point well taken, Congressman, and I want to thank you for your advocacy on this, and because of your advocacy, the advocacy of others, and also nonprofits who have made this very point, that part of our responsibility really is to understand the effect that these policies have on neighborhoods. So we believe the DASP has been a powerful tool to help stave off foreclosure in some instances. And we'd love to get back with you on the changes we had made to it to improve it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Time of the gentleman has expired.